Hello from the Dukaskopy TV studio in Geneva. I'm Daniel Schwenger. Alongside me to discuss the economic and financial prospects and situation in the CIS region is Dr. José Palacin. He is from the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. Dr. Palacin, welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
The report on the world economic situation and prospects has been released a few days ago. So could you outline what this report is about and also the basic findings of this report?
This report is a joint publication that is issued annually by the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs, the United Nations Conference Trade and Development, and the 6 regional commissions. UNECE is one of these 6 regional commissions. The report looks at the economic situation worldwide and also issues some projections on how the future will look like for the next 2 years. The main findings of the report is that the world is slowly recovering from the great global recession of 2008-2009, but growth remains still very modest. So we are projecting an acceleration of economic activity from 2.6 in 2014 to 3.1 in 2015, picking up to 3.3 in 2016. This overall growth picture masks significant differences. While the recovery seems to be well established in the US, it remains still quite fragile in the Eurozone. Among developing countries, we see also significant differences in economic prospects. There are some major economies in CIS and in Latin America that suffer important problems, while in Asia and in parts of Africa we have some better economic prospects. A major issue for all the economy remains employment creation. Existing growth rates are not large enough to absorb significant pockets of unemployment worldwide.
And so if we just highlight the situation in the CIS countries, so what have been the major impact factors 2014 on the economy, and what are the prospects for the year 2015?
In the year 2014, we saw a significant deceleration of economic growth. In 2014, the economy grew in the whole region at a rate of around 2%. And we estimate that there was a decline of growth to a rate of around 0.8 in 2014. What have been the factors explaining this significant acceleration? Well, we have geopolitical tensions that have been constraining economic growth in the region, and those geopolitical tensions have affected the 2 major economies in the region. Russia, with sanctions imposed by the number of Western countries, and in Ukraine there has been an armed conflict that has impacted economic activity in the southeast, and also depressed investment through the whole country. Those have been the two major factors that have operated to explain the aggregate results. Those countries have suffered significant pressure over their currencies. The depreciation of the exchange rates has generated strong inflationary pressures. And in the case of Russia, for example, as the major economy in the region, have led to sharp increases in interest rate. The sharp increases in interest rate have added to the increases in the cost of financing that were generated by the Western sanctions. So we are looking to a situation where the investment climate has deteriorated, investment costs for financing have increased, and overall a number of contractionary pressures that have emerged through the region. We have also significant capital outflows. Nevertheless, some of the countries in the region, in particular Russia and Kazakhstan, have accumulated large holdings of foreign assets that have served them to offset some of these contractionary pressures.
So if we look at the CIS countries, what are the major political challenges and also critical issues that this report highlights?
I think for the CIS country, what the current turbulences have highlighted is that the lack of economic diversification creates significant risk. If we look into the situation for this year, we have seen that in addition to the problems that came from last year regarding geopolitical tensions, rising financing costs, we have also the issue of major declines in the oil prices. These major declines in the oil prices have created serious problems for the stability of the currency, adding to the pressures that already existed. And those are not only a problem for Russia, they are a problem also for other energy-producing economies in the region, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan. And there are also declines in other commodity prices. Once more, and this is not new advice, there is a need to diversify those economies. The diversification of these economies will create major resilience for sustaining adverse situations, as it has been the case over this recent period.
And so you mentioned the main factors like an economic diversification and higher resilience as major economic goals, and the UNECE's aim is to promote like a pan-European economic integration. So what advice and guidance does your organization give to the countries and over this report or beyond this report, let's say it like this?
UNECE is an organization that works in multiple sectors, going from trade, energy, environment, transport, and we work together with our member states in developing standards that facilitate interaction, economic interaction among these countries. For the countries of the CIS, having better transport links, being able to trade more easily with the neighbors and with the global economy in general, that facilitates their integration into these global supply chains, and therefore these sort of activities contribute to the diversification of their economies. We also provide specific advice for countries with economies in transition on how to increase the rate of innovation, how to generate large-scale structural transformations that will allow them to move from an excessive specialization in primary products into activities with higher added value. And we do that through a number of policy advisory products.
José Palacin from the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, thank you very much for being our guest today and sharing your experience.
Thank you, Daniel. Thanks.
And thanks for watching. Do make sure to keep clicking back on the Dukascopy TV website for latest updates and exclusive interviews. Have a great day and see you next time.